brother down. With Shizzy, Wiz, Nut.
And here's where the sweat really starts to smell. Because, oh, you, Dave. Oh, you've sat in those same digital circles calling for other people's names, addresses, and every scrap of personal detail you could find. You weren't alone, either. You were right there with lips, paint chips, vomit, wimpy old bones, the dodgy gator fister goober BBB, and the flea, leaning in as they dug for details, trading them like currency, grinning that toothless smile when someone turned up something juicy. Back then, you didn't talk much about mental anguish. You didn't cry about boundaries. You enjoyed the hunt. The only difference now is that the flashlight beam has swung your way, and you're crying just like Ray, Gator Fister, Flea, and even BBB knows you are all a mockery, while he's running the hillsides of Armenia, trying to take advantage of blind and helpless sheep, probably. I don't know. Lips full of slow, deliberate pronouncements dressed up as legal wisdom, each one delivered with the smug certainty of someone who's read half a statute and decided they've cracked the case wide open. Mm-hmm. This is a woman who's been elbow deep in the same doxxing games you now decry, Dave. When you were nodding along, she was leaning forward, window licking her computer screen, collecting details, swapping them like rare trading cards, basking in the thrill of exposing someone's life. And now she cries in feigned outrage when the same tactics land on her side of the fence. She talks of privacy, like she invented it, of legal rights, like she owns them. But anyone watching closely sees it. The way her righteous act still has a whiff of the old smirk, the old hunger for someone else's downfall. She can't quite help herself. She's not here to clean the game up. She's here because the scoreboard stopped working in her favor. Now the tables are turned, and suddenly, it's the crime of the century. Suddenly the woman who cheered you on during the dox hunts is whispering legal theater into your ear about how you are the wronged party. Another victim. Suddenly the guy who hid behind her in private chats is on camera, dabbing his forehead and muttering about bounties while pretending the whole world is out to get him. And through all this, Dave, you kept returning to your mental anguish arc. If this is really anguish, if it's truly keeping you up at night, why is it your most reliable content stream? Why is it cut into videos, dressed with thumbnails, and rehearsed with the same beats every time? You repeat $1,000 like you're trying to hypnotize the audience. You pause, lower your voice, stare into the lens as if the camera itself might gasp in disbelief. You're not suffering. You're producing. Oh God, please don't produce. You're packaging the sweat, the stink. Oh my God, that went down the wrong tube. Hold on.
You're packaging the sweat, the stink.
Oh my God.
The faux fear into digestible chunks for the only audience that still buys your bullshit act.
Oh my God.
And of course, there's vomit. If Lips is the permanently retired lawyer and Fleasa is the dollar store strategist, Vomit is the gossip-carrying bird. Never creating, never building, just circling for the next scrap of rotting drama to pick apart. His name fits. Everything about his involvement feels like it leaves a bad taste in your mouth. Well, he doesn't just join the fight to defend principles. He joins because the smell of a feud is sweeter to him than fresh air. He's the guy in the corner.
Before you go on, I start choking. It would have been perfect, but I start choking myself out. Back up at the packaging, the sweat and the stink, it's like he's the new Gwyneth Paltrow or whatever.
Yes. Yes. You got it.
Oh, my God. Went down the wrong tube.
He's the guy in the corner muttering suggestions and probably beating his chicken bald, never stepping into the light, but always willing to stir the pot if it means he gets to sip the steam. And the steam, Dave, is you. Your rants, your sweat, your public unraveling. Oh, he drinks it up. And then, of course, we have the paint chip. The failed legal artisan, the man whose every brilliant maneuver turns to sludge the second it's exposed to daylight. If Fleasa is play acting as your lawyer, Paint Chip is the fever dream of what happens when someone actually tries to turn that act into reality. His history has a catalog of stunts that burn twice as bright and collapse half as fast as a gallery of motions that make judges pinch the bridges of their noses before scrawling denied in letters so big they might as well be restraining orders against legal reasoning. When you think about it, Dave, it's a perfect ecosystem. Lips and Fleasa whisper their pseudo-legal nonsense in one ear. Vomit keeps the gossip mill grinding, and Paint Chip stands at the end of the assembly line, probably bent over with his ass cheeks wide open, groping the defective product you've worked on together. And at the center of it, sweating, muttering, dodging, sits you, Dave, in that sticky chair, in that sticky air, playing the part of the embattled man who, by sheer coincidence, has surrounded himself with people whose entire skill set consists of making things worse. And here's where that scene loops back to you. That $1,000 bounty story you've turned into your chorus. You repeat it as if you've uncovered proof of systematic corruption, when in reality, you're replaying the same script you once clapped for when somebody else was in the hot seat. Only now, the delivery is slower. The glances at the camera are longer. The pauses are pregnant with the sweat instead of suspense. Dave, if this were truly about mental anguish, you'd end the show. You'd answer the knock. You'd take the service and fight your case like a man that you're not, who believes in it. Instead, you perform. You perform because without performance, there's just the paperwork, and the paperwork doesn't get you chat donations. The tragic and always frankly hilarious part is that you're all acting like this is the inevitable isn't coming. Always running scared. Always running from a knock at the reality of your situation. Always getting it wrong. Always. And when that day comes, the air in your room will be thick with the smell of panic, the sound of excuses, and the realization of morons with the finality that their little performance has reached its last act. Sincerely, your Velcro shoe wearing, short bus riding idiot in a star-spangled helmet, shizzy whiznut. Yeah.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzy, Whiz, Nut.